Hello and welcome back to Movie Theater Time Machine. Guys, they made a third one.
Oh, they made more than a third one.
Oh, I know. There's 3 more in the bloody series. How much weirder can they get?
This one's called Oh Hell No.
Yeah, this one almost broke me, guys. So yeah.
I gotta point out too on the promotional material for this, they used the still shot when Finn sliced up a shark on the New York Fire Department truck.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, and the fact that 3 and 4 were written at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, they flat out said, movies usually take time to write another story. We didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
And it shows. This one, okay. Alright, well, first off, welcome to Movie Theater Time Machine, where we keep it real to real. I'm Dan.
I'm Nick.
I'm Cass.
I'm Joss.
And we're all just a little bit broken by this movie. I think just a tiny bit.
I just want to say, I warned you.
Yeah, I know.
I warned you.
I know.
Because I've seen this one, and I warned you.
President Mark Cuban.
I warned you.
Vice President Ann Coulter. We really are in the darkest timeline.
Yeah.
Forgot about her. I did.
Yeah. And
Those are 4 of the scariest words I've ever heard.
yeah. And the fact that, Mark Cuban's there is like, yeah, they call me a shark. Now I just want to write pop like,
I fucking laughed.
okay,
Sorry.
that's the cheasy ass part.
Yes.
It's like, okay,
yeah.
I'll give you that. Good pun.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
Yeah, like, but it's a joke for people who are in the know for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Mark Cuban's one of the sharks on Shark Tank.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, there were an awful lot of shark puns as there tends to be, and
There
also
was a decent amount of shark shit in this one.
still a couple of problematic people. But to be fair, in what was it 2015 was this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know Jared Vogel did what he did yet. So, I mean, at least he gets eaten by a shark in this one.
No, it was his pants.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
come
yeah.
on.
He's still kicking.
Matt Lauer does.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was
That made me
happy.
happy.
So yeah, we still have a
But so did Al
couple.
Roker. I was kind of sad about that.
He didn't deserve that.
No.
I hope Al Roker comes back as a cyborg in the 4th one.
Yeah.
Okay, I only saw like a bit of the 4th one, and it was only like maybe 20 minutes towards the end, so I don't know.
I'd be down for Robo Al Roker.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he
Yeah, I
deserves a
can dig
second
it.
life.
Oh God, don't talk to me about Second Life.
Oh God, I didn't mean to bring
Did I-
that up, damn.
I've told you what happened when I tried to play that game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My old computer killed itself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a friend of mine at work told me that it really wasn't too bad. She played it a lot, and I'm like, let's just see if it's worthwhile. It's a free game, so
Yeah.
Is it a game? I thought it was just like a
It's a-
virtual chat
it's a thing.
It is sort of a game.
You can
'cause
move
there's
around
shit
in it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You can move around in it. So I download it. I made a character. I take 3 steps in the game, and all of a sudden there's a big bang,
There is-
and a bunch of smoke comes out the back of my computer.
There is technically a game aspect because I know you can get arrested
Yeah.
and go
Yeah.
to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know there's a gaming sort of aspect to it, and
All
the
I-
graphics are kind of like City of Heroes
Yeah.
because they're a
And
little bit
it's-
blocky.
yeah.
So
It seemed
I just-
very much like a Sims type.
nah,
too,
don't put The Sims in the
If
same
you want-
category of that, please.
Watch
Okay.
watch
Yeah,
Monster Factory
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the McElroys playing Second Life.
Oh,
Oh, they made a monstrosity in that.
yeah.
Monster Factory is a fun series, by the way, where they test. They basically put character creators to their absolute limits. You should
Yeah.
see what they did to poor Shepard.
Shepard.
So yeah, my computer committed seppuku when I attempted to play Second Life. I'm like, okay, point made. I get it. The power supply just went, and I'm done, and smoke out the back of the computer. So anyway, that was wow. I went on a tangent already.
Yeah.
We haven't even started. So yeah, Sharknado 3.
We're almost 5 minutes in.
Yeah, kind of picked up. I don't know, pretty much what, like
Almost-
a few, like a few months, maybe, a few months after what happened
about
in New York City.
9-10ish months after what happened,
yes,
because April is visibly pregnant.
Is visibly pregnant, and apparently much more visibly pregnant than we think she is.
Yeah, because she looks like she would be about 5 or 6 months along.
Yeah,
apparently she's
halfway
9
around.
months along.
Yeah.
Yep.
And going to Orlando, Florida, to Universal Studios for some reason.
For some reason, this family, plagued by Sharknadoes, doesn't just fucking move to the flyover states.
Also, we make it very clear that their daughter, whose name I cannot remember...
Mora?
No.
No.
The daughter...
I can't remember either.
Whose name I cannot remember is played by a different actor, so we need to point out that she got her hair dyed.
Everyone keeps mentioning that she did something with her hair.
So
it's
her
sure,
actress was changed to have dark hair.
So this is the one where all
it's
the
her
crazy...
birthday. She turns 18.
Yep.
So they're in Orlando because it's her birthday. That's right.
Okay, and this is the one where all of the crazy cameos start happening.
Oh,
because
I thought there was a lot in the last one.
There was a lot in the last one, but there was more in this one, and it just keeps getting crazier.
Yeah.
We see
Chris Jericho, my favorite. He was
Bill Engvall as like the chief of staff.
Yep.
Later on, we get guest appearances by Penn and Teller, Frankie Muniz, Malcolm in the middle of a Sharknado.
No.
We were cracking those jokes
Tuvok.
constantly.
Tuvok, Tim Russ.
I can't remember.
He was in there?
Yeah,
he was the general.
He's
Michael Winslow too.
Where was he?
He was the guy at NASA that was leading him to the Independence shuttle.
No
It's
shit.
like, that was Michael Winslow.
That didn't even click with me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bo
Well,
Derek.
honestly,
Derek is grandma.
Okay, by the time they started getting onto the fucking space shuttle is when I was sitting there going, sure,
Yeah.
why fucking not?
And
I mean, I guess.
And one other one, my least favorite type of politician, but the funniest politician name, who was the NASA chief, or the NASA coordinator for some reason, Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually did know that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, it's Weiner.
Tee.
Remember Wienerville?
Yes.
There will come a day where I will hear the last name Wiener and I will not laugh, but today is not that day.
It's never gonna happen.
No.
It's never gonna
It'll
happen.
be the day on my deathbed, man, and I'll still probably snicker.
We're all gonna be 12 forever.
Yeah, someday I'll be mature enough not to giggle at the name Wiener, but today is not that day.
No,
you won't.
Then you are dead.
No, I won't.
I'm sorry. I said that's what she said at work today. So it's never gonna happen.
I mean, that is what she said, evidently.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you should hear the jokes about large packages at work.
You work at the post
Yes, I do. They happen consistently, and we'll usually get like one of two people kind of leaning out from their case, just like, really?
Hey, I told you. There was words that was said. Okay, I work at a building at a job that I'm not going to say where I work because there's reasons.
Just
But
like I don't say where I work specifically.
Yeah.
We have an intercom system at my job that was accidentally left on the other day, and one of the coworkers had walked into the office of the other coworker who left the intercom on into my office, and they started talking about a customer, and a word that was said was basically, yeah, she came in, and yeah, she didn't even offer me a blowjob. And I said very loudly, because they didn't realize that it was on in my office, Jesus Christ! And scared the shit out of both of them. And let's just say that now people, when they don't realize that somebody else is in the room, will just shout Jesus Christ at others to make them realize that someone is there. So, yeah.
So yeah,
it was great.
My first job, I worked in a supermarket.
Yeah.
And when I worked in the deli, we had access to the phone to do like, over the over the store kind of like PA stuff. I would routinely on a long shift get on the PA and just kind of go just straight up beatbox throughout the store, and like I would only do it for so long and then hang up, and no one aside from the other people in the deli, no one really knew where it was coming from. It was just random beatboxing. And later on, when I worked in the front end on the registers, they let me do the closing announcements one day. And they only let me do it once.
I was going to say, it's one day. Is that significant?
They let me do it once because the closing announcements are supposed to be, it's like, attention, insert store here, shoppers. The store is closing in 15 minutes. Please make your final selections accordingly, blah, 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 blah. The final one of the night, I said, attention, blank customers. The store is now closed. If you can hear this message, get out. Now, there was nobody in the store, which was the only reason I felt confident enough to do this. However, the manager was still upstairs, and she did not find it nearly as funny as I did. I got into some trouble for that one, but they let me do it once.
I had to do those all the time.
Yeah. And then 2 managers later, they found out I was doing communications in college, and they had me do the recurring sale messages.
Oh, I remember this story.
Yeah, they had me do those messages. So after a while, I was the only person who knew how to run that equipment.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't this the one that you put Shake This Job and Shove It?
Yeah, the Bismarcky version of Take This Job and Shove It. I made a tape of it just over and over again, and when I quit, I just put it on play. I guarantee you it was a day and a half before they figured out how to shut the thing off.
I remember that.
I really should have done that when I quit. I really should have. I just walked off. I just walked out and went, yep, out, bye. Nope.
They regretted their decision to let me do that. Anyway.
There's a lot of things I should have done when I quit Walmart. Seriously. A lot of things I should have done.
One of my favorite things for the quitting Walmart was that guy who walked up to the intercom, it's a good customer, walked up to the intercom, paged the store, and then farted into the phone.
That was hysterical.
And it just echoes like, burr,
oh, that wasn't Walmart, though. That was like a Sam's Club, I think.
Yeah,
it's same
enough.
difference anyway. They're all the same way. Anyway, we watched Sharknado.
Yes, so, basically, 8 to 9 months after the events that ripped New York to pieces.
Apparently, Finn and April are now married.
Finn and April are now remarried. Finn is on his way to Washington, D.C. to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Mark Cuban. Now, this was in 2015. A year later, we would get a far worse president. I would have preferred Mark Cuban, thank you.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, oddly prolific that they put in a reality show person.
Right.
Yeah.
In there, and I'm
I think at that point there was already primary shit going on.
Yeah. He was actually running at that point.
That wasn't a huge jump.
He was running at that point, and we still thought it was a joke. And then it stopped being funny.
Yeah.
And of course, a Sharknado strikes because they're following Finn.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more movies we have to go through. They are following Finn.
Which is mentioned in this movie, if you recall.
The conspiracy theorists on the radio are saying that he's bringing the Sharknado somehow. It's just like...
Yeah, that his family's just fine.
It's just like, he's not doing it? No. Yeah. But they are following him. These Sharknados are, like... vicious isn't the word. These are malicious Sharknados, and the sharks are living in the sky now.
Yeah, okay. This was what took me out of the movie for a moment, and I know it's insane, but it's like, okay, we ripped open this shark, and there's ice in there.
Yep.
And they're eating birds, so they're living in...
They're surviving up there.
They're surviving in the sky.
I'm feeling weird too, Chino. Yeah, they're surviving in the sky, but...
It's like, but what?
Yeah, then, I don't want to jump ahead, but it's the one part I remembered, like, Kaz and I were watching it, and then
they don't touch on it again. Yeah. So I'm assuming it comes up in a later movie again.
It does.
Okay.
And it's just, I don't want to jump ahead, but there's a part towards the end, I'm like, oh, I remembered what was going to happen. I'm like, oh, wait for it. Oh, this is going to be good. Now, my peripheral, I'm watching Kaz's face just for this. I wish I recorded it. We'll get to it later.
I assume it was something to the effect of, what?
Yeah.
I
just
did
wait
something.
for it, wait for it.
It was the same probably part that I went, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they and Tara Reid's character calls it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
5 seconds later.
Yep,
like,
yep,
I was
yep,
just
yep,
like,
yep,
fine,
It's
I
that
guess.
exact part that I'm thinking of. Yep.
Stop being psychic. So DC gets annihilated. We see Secret Agent Neo, as in like the rapper Neo, was the guy who picked him up. Then like Secretary of State Bill Engvall and Grant Imahara. Grant Imahara was one of the Secret Service.
Rest
And
in peace, Grant.
I miss him.
I cried when he died.
I did too.
I
was so
cried.
fucking
Like,
I feel like the world of
Yeah.
robotics has lost a legend because he would make a robot for anything.
yeah.
I loved him.
The
I
toast,
he was
the
awesome,
toast dropping
yeah.
robot.
I loved
Yeah.
him so much.
Yeah, or they did all that stuff, and I'm like, man, like that one hurt. That was
He
like
was-
when Pat Morita died.
He was in Eureka,
Yeah.
TV show
Uh-huh.
Eureka, and
Yep.
Quite a few
whenever I
times.
watch it, I get really sad.
Yeah.
I do. I get
Yeah,
really
just
sad.
everything he did with Misfits was awesome.
I loved
yeah.
him so much.
Yeah, and I just the part that I thought was amazing here was the President of the United States throwing grenades
Yep.
in the White
And
House.
one-liners.
This is my house. I'm gonna defend
My
it.
house, bitch.
Yeah, and just
Throwing grenades.
shooting sharks, and I'm like, America.
This was the most like aggressively Murica thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen, and
just
apparently sharks
Murica.
can penetrate about 6 feet of solid
Right?
concrete.
Yeah,
It just needs the White House to turn into a fucking mecca.
yeah.
I mean,
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Like-
not Japan though. If we were Japan,
Yeah, tell that to Metal Wolf Chaos.
in this world,
I know we didn't get that game, but come on. Being a president in a mech suit.
that would have been
oh
great.
wait, are you talking like one of the Metal Gear games?
It was like some weird game that America didn't get, but it was about the U.S. president fighting in a
Okay,
mech suit.
because I
some
remember at
shit.
the end of Metal Gear Solid 2,
Yeah.
I think.
Wasn't
You,
there one of
you fight the president and he's wearing like a Dr. Octopus tentacle suit. And you have to like
Wasn't there another
Yeah.
one too?
Oh,
the fourth
in-
series game where you were the president.
That Saints Row 4?
Saints Row.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Saints Row. Okay,
This whole
Saints
thing was
Row-
the beginning of Saints Row
okay,
4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saints Row is.
That was amazing.
I love fucking Saints Row. Okay.
Yep.
I fucking love that
Yeah, I
game.
like it
I
too.
love
You just
playing
lo-
that game.
You just love the tanks.
I do love. The
I drove
tanks.
around and you just spun that
I just-
turret, just giggling, blowing everything
I
up.
love playing Saints Row. I get to be fucking crazy in Saints Row.
And your computer can handle it
And
real
now
good
I can play Saints Row because I have an awesome fucking computer. So
Specifically 3 and 4, because weren't the first two kind of just
The first- the first
generic?
the first two were
Okay,
bad.
the first one
Three
was
is
full on.
Yeah.
Like
The
a
first one
GTA
was
clone?
full on a GTA clone. It
Yeah.
wasn't terrible, but it was it wasn't GTA. Saints Row 2 was a good game, but it hadn't quite found itself yet. It was still trying a little too hard to be GTA. And then Saints Row 3 said, "Fuck it."
Dildo swords.
Saints, yeah, I was gonna say Saints Row 3. I get to run around with a fucking dildo and beat the shit out of people.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, Saints Row 3 said, "Fuck it, we're our own thing."
yes. And then Saints Row 4.
You're the fucking president, and
Yeah.
the world explodes, and you get sucked into the Matrix, and then you're fighting in the
with
Matrix, and you have
superpowers.
superpowers.
You can put up
and-
buildings.
And then I get to have sex with what, Kenzie?
repeatedly if
Yes.
you like.
So it's
You
cool.
just walk
I'm
up
good.
to Kinsey, it's like, "Hey, want to fuck?" And she's like, "Sure," and then she punches you.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
That's
All
how.
set.
See, that's how you do a romance in a video game.
You get punched.
Yeah, you can try to romance Keith David as well.
I'm good.
You ask him, and he's like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, see, I'm all set. He and I are fine. He can be Anderson, and he can be over there, and I will just take Kenzie, and we're good. We're cool.
All right, so so the Sharknado kind of destroys the White House. It rips the Washington Monument into pieces and phallically smashes the White House with a giant stone dick.
Yeah.
And everyone just barely gets out of it.
It's just like the
God.
people who created Independence Day. Why
Yep.
didn't we do that?
Right?
Yeah.
Then the Sharknado just gets pulled back up
And
into
it
the
gets
sky.
sucked back
Gone.
into, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think they're supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody
So-
went, wait, what? Yeah.
Realizing that, I think finally clicking with him that the Sharknadoes are following him, Finn realizes that April and Claudia are in trouble. So, because they're in Orlando, because Florida is basically just surrounded.
Her name is Claudia.
I remembered things.
Her name is Claudia.
Who is Mora?
I Hawkmora is?
His niece in the second one.
Oh.
That's who she was. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, I actually just figured out something. So, in this movie, Xfinity is plastered everywhere. So, the reason why is Comcast bought, in 2014, I assume when this movie was starting to be written.
Probably.
You know, bought controlling interest in Universal Studios.
And that's why most of it was set in Universal, because
There you are. And
it's cheap to film.
Comcast also owns NBC, which owns the Sci-Fi Channel.
That makes sense.
So there we are. Like that makes more sense.
We
now.
also forgot to mention that Mark McGrath is in this movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. He is there reprising his role as Marty.
Yeah, and
he's in it very briefly.
Yeah.
He distracts some paparazzi and lets Finn go and do his thing.
And then
Ann Coulter too.
Yeah, and helps the vice president get away.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And then they're never seen again.
Like every time I see that Ann Coulter survived, I'm like, oh, she lived.
Yeah.
I'm like Morticia Addams in Addams Family Values. Like, oh, he lives.
Yeah.
Reading The Cat in the Hat.
That's a good callback.
It really is.
That's a good one.
I'm a little upset that they're
good job on that. Yeah.
I just love she's like because like the little baby, like the new baby had gone like normal, so she's reading in The Cat in the Hat.
He's got like a golden
curly blonde hair, and she just flips ahead. Oh. He lives.
That's a good callback.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good
job.
So
the Sharknado sucks back up into the sky. He realizes, hey, not supposed to be able to do that, and then decides to drive to Florida.
Yeah, because there's no air. All
the planes have been grounded because the entire East Coast is going to be smacked by Sharknadoes by the end of this.
Because shit's going down, I guess.
Lots of cold air, lots of hot air, and this is how okay.
And this and this is a weird thing. I don't want to interrupt. I think you're probably going to say the same thing as me, but this is like the most American thing with weather.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of like, okay, we've gone from in the last movie, like, they started creating graphics for it when Sharknadoes happened, and now it's just like, yeah, we've got a Sharknado, and this is really bad, and nobody really sounds the alarm on this.
Nope.
No.
Well, the president's, gonna help him with shit.
Well, yeah, but nobody's like,
But we don't see him again after the intro.
But you see, like, Matt Lauer's like, yeah, we have a Sharknado, and it's going to destroy the East Coast.
I love how they keep calling it.
No, just go.
But I love how they keep referring to the NWS like that means something. It's like it's the National Weather Service, guys.
They're not super exclusive.
It's not like it's not the CIA. It's not anything else. It's the National Weather Service. They're not some secret organization.
The National Weather Service would be quite happy to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you show an interest in it, they're quite happy to talk to you.
Or do you expect to open the door and you...
Right, it's like... It's not the
Weather Service.
It's not the Men in Black. It's not like...
NWS.
That would be amazing.
Right?
Oh, God.
And all of a sudden there's like a black-haired Hulk Hogan there.
Oh,
well, we do get a wrestler.
It's going to be a Sharknado, brother.
We do get a wrestler
because we get Chris Jericho, which my 19-year-old self was so happy.
Was swooning.
Oh, my 19-year-old self was so fucking happy.
There's a lot of time spent at Universal Studios Orlando, which is a really cool park. We've been within the last few years.
Yeah, we've been there.
The roller coaster that ends up killing Chris Jericho with the sharks, that ripping rockin' coaster. I've been on that. There's one thing they don't show you for that roller coaster.
What's that?
You get to choose your soundtrack. Because you know how the seat was like right up like by their heads? Those are two giant fucking speakers.
Really?
And there's like 50 different songs you can choose from to be your soundtrack, like your personalized soundtrack while you're going through this roller coaster.
Okay, that's awesome.
It is a really cool coaster.
What'd you choose?
I believe I went with Beastie Boys, Sabotage.
See, I approve of this.
Yeah.
I approve of this soundtrack.
I went with Sabotage, and my brother-in-law went with Something Metal. I'm pretty
Of course,
sure.
Christopher did. Yeah. Of course, he did.
So they go on this ride, and it's basically, this is like Orlando Tourism, the movie. Also, there are sharks.
Yeah. Sorry, now all I have is listed all y'all. It's a Sabotage in my head. Of course.
So we're basically just going through all this stuff. They go on like Disaster the Ride, featuring you, which I know a lot of details about because I watched the Defunct Land video on that. And that Disaster thing, it's been closed by the time we got there. Yes. But it's very close to the Transformers ride.
I love that ride.
I was surprised there was a Twister attraction, after this many years.
I'm pretty sure that's been closed, because if I remember correctly, that building...
We went in 2018, I want to say is when we went.
I believe that building might be the Transformers ride now.
The Transformers ride is so good. You should go. Everybody should go on it because it's so much fun.
It's like one of those 3D rides, but it actually rolls down a track, so it doesn't give you that weird 3D kind of lurgy.
And it doesn't make you sick.
Yeah. Because, like, the Simpsons ride at the same park...
Simpsons ride makes you sick.
The Simpsons ride is cool, but that's because the cart's not actually moving. It's just tilting in one place, and the 3D's moving around you. In the Transformers ride, the cart's actually moving, and there's 3D stuff projected, and then some of it's real, like real sets in front of you, and it's neat. It really is cool. We went on it, 3 times?
I went on it twice, I think.
Okay. But, I don't even like the Michael Bay movies, and this one was based on the Michael Bay movies. It's still good. It's still a fun ride.
It's my favorite ride in Universal.
But that's not Evac. Evac's a helicopter.
He's
not a weird little...
It's fine.
Anyway.
Don't matter.
I went... Alright, deep weeb. Sorry, I'm stopping myself.
Do we need to mention the girl who's in the phone? Leaving it behind after
she leaves her cell phone behind because we find out in a little bit that there
Chekhov's phone.
That there are tracking apps, and you can track they're the stalker's best friend because you can track where people are. Because apparently in this one you don't need the other person's permission to track them. Yeah. Because we find out about this because as Finn is heading south, he runs into a Fognado.
He runs into fucking Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yes, he ends up in Silent Hill, and there are sharks because why the fuck not?
I was looking for Pyramid Head, but apparently
the Winnebago of Doom comes and saves him. Frankie Muniz shoots a tornado with a laser beam and kills it.
Now,
because
I just expected him to break the fourth wall at this point. Now I'm here to be able to break this thing, and I just shot a tornado.
I really wanted either a Cody Banks or a Malcolm in the Middle joke in here, and there was neither, and I was like, you missed a fucking golden opportunity.
I mean, he did try to be in the middle of that love triangle.
Right? There was trying to be a love triangle, which I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Frankie Muniz and Nova from the first movie, because she wasn't in the second one, we find her again, and she's gone...
She's been
full badass. She's wearing armor everywhere but her cleavage because this is a movie and this is what we do.
Yeah.
She has like full-on armor plates on her back, but front. Nope, we can still see boobs.
Yeah, because you can't. You really need to see the boobs. You don't actually need to cover your heart.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
that was for the trailer. Because the trailer, you get the scene where they come out of the water.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see why, where it's got some song that's not in the movie.
Yep.
And they start playing that, and it's repeated over and over of her coming out of the water and just doing like the little Fibonacci sequence thing with her hair. I'm like, okay.
Fibonacci sequence?
Yeah. The swirl with the wet hair.
Yeah.
It reminded me of James Bond.
Yeah.
As well as the opening to this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a definite James Bond thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, this actress, I cannot remember her name for the life of me. She is drop dead fucking gorgeous. So, I'm okay with the wardrobe choice, but again, this is unnecessary. But then again, it's a movie about Sharknadoes. Okay, fine.
The entire movie is unnecessary.
Yeah, it's a movie about Sharknadoes, and I gotta, I need to do the MST3K mantra. It's just a show. I should really just relax.
Yeah. The woman who plays Nova is Cassie Servo.
Yes.
Cassie Servo. Yes.
She is absolutely gorgeous.
Every time I see her name, I think Kevin Sorbo for some reason.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That would be a horrible fantasy cast.
Right? That's terrible. I know.
And he's an anti-vax asshole.
I know who he is. I know. I know everything. I know.
He's been in a bunch of Christian movies too.
I know.
Yeah, he has.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so we meet Lucas and Nova, who are driving basically the Winnebago of Doom. I'm pretty sure it's
It looks like a
named.
storm chaser van.
It is, effectively.
Yeah, that's what they're chasing, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, good point. So...
they just chase Sharknadoes specifically, and they're tracking...
So while we're in the
East Coast thingy.
while we're in like the Doom-bago, we get the line about how the sharks are surviving up in the sky. They're eating birds. There's ice in their guts, and
no explanation about the whole, how are they breathing thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I know.
And then we have that, and then it's gone. We don't hear anything else about it in this movie.
They're evolving!
As you've said, it probably comes up again later.
Yeah.
And it's probably stupid. But they decide to head south and bring Finn to Florida to catch back up with April. Nova is very disappointed that he's back with April because apparently, ladies love
She's
Iron
thirsty. Yeah.
LL Cool Eye, I guess.
Like, I thought she was gonna hook up with his kid. Because she's closer to his age.
Yeah.
I think she did for a little while, and they mentioned that he got deployed, so he was in the military. Thank you. Yeah. He got deployed, and she taught him how to fly a jet. A fucking military jet.
He taught her how to fly.
Yeah.
What did I say?
She taught him.
Well, no, he taught her then. Sorry, my bad.
And I guess Finn also learned how to fly?
From the same kid. Apparently he has so many... He has so many
my son
hours,
taught me,
He has so many hours in the sky that he taught them how to fly fucking jet.
A fighter jet.
Like, how did
they
get a jet to practice
Okay,
it?
first off, two things. To be in a semi-sonic jet.
Never mind this jet.
Yeah.
Never mind this jet, but a semisonic, you have to be wearing specific clothing so your body doesn't liquefy.
You have to have special compression on your legs to keep your blood where it needs to be, otherwise it all drains out of you once you get hit with a certain amount of G-force. Which they didn't have. I'm sorry.
Is that how he learned to fly the plane in the second movie?
I think so.
But that's a different kind of plane.
Yeah, okay. The plane in the second movie throws me
That's
because...
a regular jetliner.
yeah, but there's like a trillion buttons.
But jetliners are slightly different. They're going to be easier to fly than a fucking semisonic jet. Okay? Going to be very different. There's autopilot in one of them. There is not autopilot in another one.
Let you out into
I'm just gonna...
You said semisonic.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
Can you tell I'm a little weird today?
The only band that ever got together over a poker game.
Yep.
Again, my father would be very, very angry.
Yeah, I think your dad would have just done like what Elvis did and just shot the TV.
Yes, my father wouldn't have watched this.
Yeah.
I would have called him, and my dad would have been like, "Why are you asking me these idiotic questions?" And I would have been like, "Because I watched a stupid movie," and he would have told me to stop.
Alright, so at this point, I'm starting to get a little fuzzy on the plot.
Okay, basically,
I was starting to kind of give up at this point.
Here's what happened
they
next. They get in this stupid plane, and because they get on the army base, they get in this stupid plane, and Frankie Muniz says he's going to try to get them some time with this fail-safe.
They
and
get
so
to the army base.
He gets to...
Because his friend is there. His friend's
the general.
Tim Russ.
Yes.
Also the guy who said, we ain't found shit in Spaceballs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They get there because they're trying to get a plane to get to Florida. He says they're going to give him Old Bessie, which is this old semisonic plane.
I was kind of expecting like the freaking biplane from The Cat from Outer Space.
I was expecting the biplane from like Independence Day,
right?
A crop duster type thing.
Yeah.
But no, we get a fucking semisonic jet. But whatever.
Was I the only one expecting the plane from Tailspin?
Yes. Which is okay. 3 separate biplanes. All biplanes, but 3 separate biplanes.
Well, it's a seaplane. It's a sea
Well,
duck. It's called the Sea Duck.
Sea Duck, yes.
But I think
I couldn't remember the name of that fucking plane.
You see, when they're in the plane itself, it's like you got.
It's a jet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well. Okay. Yeah. So it's a jet. But you got
don't
Nova.
Pilot, she'll argue.
Nova's in one seat, Finn's in the other. But it's like they only had the set for one, and it's like they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there were two different planes.
But no,
Yeah.
okay, but only one of them is flying the plane.
Yeah.
Jet.
The one in front.
The one in front
Yeah.
flies, the other one doesn't. So
Yeah.
she's flying, he's not.
Yeah, the one in the rear is the sight.
Yes.
Just say, hey, there's something in your left and right.
Yes.
Yeah, they acts as the peripheral.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where Goose goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, yes.
So
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Yeah. So they get this plane, jet, and they make it to Florida, and they catch up with.
Well, don't forget, Frankie Muniz is all of his limbs.
Yeah.
Frankie Muniz is ripped asunder.
Made me laugh my ass off, dude. Oh,
He's like,
God.
I'll buy you some time. Like, bye, Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie gonna die.
You did.
So hard.
He probably got the worst death.
He did.
Yeah.
That
Out of these
was,
movies.
His death was terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oops, it got
But just trying to
Just
hit
falling
the
sharks.
big button like he's gonna sacrifice himself, but when he's basically a body and an arm.
Okay.
That's where I started laughing, and then it hits into his chin. I'm like, okay,
And then
great.
it takes the other arm. Like, if he doesn't
But
hit this with his nose,
I
he would
have
be
to.
disappointed.
I have to give him a little bit of credit here,
Yeah.
because the way he was acting,
Yeah.
he made me actually believe like he was in pain.
Yeah.
So I have
He's a good
to.
actor.
I gotta give him a little credit.
Yeah.
I actually kind of bought it a little
Yeah.
bit. So I was like, "Good on you, dude.
Yeah.
You were the best actor in this movie."
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it was-
granted, the bar's not very high.
No,
for this
it's
movie.
not. So that's why I was
Yeah.
like, "Dude,
And-
I bought it. So good job."
And there's one of the great lines in this movie where he blows up, and they're looking down, and they're going, "Yeah, we can't save him now."
Right?
No.
He's already fucking dead, bro.
He's at
pieces.
best he is chunky salsa.
Yeah.
Okay. It's, no.
He missed.
I think that was his ear that hit the fucking plane.
Yeah, probably.
So you know what? He gone.
Yeah.
Fucking toast, bro.
But the failsafe was a big explosion that stopped that Sharknado.
Yeah, of course.
Because it,
Of course it was.
got hot enough and it blew up green apparently, and just killed the Sharknado. Okay,
Too
cool.
late to save him. Yes,
It's
yes,
too late
it
to
is.
save him. Yeah.
Yeah, Nova. And Nova's
Yeah.
trying to fucking pick up the
She's
goddamn
trying to
thing.
open
It's
the
like,
plane. It's like you're in the
you're
air.
a fucking idiot. Just go.
Oh God, just. All right, so they make it to Florida, catch up with everybody, and
But I love how. Oh no! They don't
think
make
I-
it. Wait, before they get to Florida. Before.
I think I was taking the dog out at this point. 'cause I
Okay,
don't-
before.
this bit I
Well,
don't
they get to
quite
Florida,
recall.
but before they get to Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh, we're almost there because we're in Daytona.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know we're in
Yeah.
Daytona? Because of
NASCAR.
fucking NASCAR.
Uh-huh.
I went. Time out. Hold up. What?
Florida tourism.
Yeah.
And like NASCAR. Really?
Yeah.
NASCAR?
Because
It's
Comcast. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, it's kind of like when, you know, those sitcoms used to have like a special episode where they went to Disney World or some
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
Or Rome
It is
or
because
whatever.
NBC picked up the contract in 2015 to do NASCAR. And start televising it, so it's like, hey, we're paying the bill, push all this shit.
I was just like,
And
hold up.
yeah,
What?
Sure.
you
Why
need to do this. Oh hell no, we're not doing it. We're paying the bill. Okay.
And this is
hell no,
and
we're not
this
doing
is the
this.
replica car from such and such and who's a what's this, and I'm like, fucking who?
Yeah.
Okay, now I can't say too much bad stuff about NASCAR. I actually
They've actually
did a
gotten
lot of good stuff in the past year, so I can't
Right.
really bag on them too much.
I'll say it. Left turn.
Okay,
mean,
there's
it's
a lot of
it's
it's a lot of
I
left
take left
turns.
turns all day.
It's a
It's
lot of left turns,
turns.
but as far as like professional like sports
Yeah.
groups go, they are remarkably progressive. They've
Yes.
like grabbed onto like this whole like
They have
we're not
been very
allowing
good, yeah.
any of this old shit that used to fly. No,
Yeah.
done.
They've done a lot of good stuff. I can't really
They've
complain
banned
too much about it.
They've banned Confederate flags
Yeah.
on like any of the cars, and I'm sure that pissed off quite a bit of their fan base.
Yeah.
But you know what? Fuck you. It's a hate symbol.
Yeah.
That's what the Confederate flag is. It's a symbol for slavery and hate.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they.
NASCAR, we were talking about.
NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR.
Yeah, left turns.
And I hate to say it, but I actually really like racing.
Yeah.
There's something about it. I don't know if it's
You
just
go-
the little gearhead in me. I don't know, but I really like fast things.
It is fun when you're watching it in person.
I know.
On TV, it's
I
so
get
boring.
such a fucking rush, though. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even...
Like playing Sonic 2 in Chemical Plant Zone.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit. No, it's just... But there's such a fucking
I think
rush
it's
to
perfect.
it. And I also drive really fucking fast, so...
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit the Audubon someday.
She just goes to Plaid and just ends up in another dimension.
I do drive very, very fast.
Oh, be careful.
No. I don't want to. It's a problem. I understand I have a problem.
She might have a little bit of a death wish. Just a little bit.
I really like it. I like things that go really fast.
You know they have like indoor go-kart tracks around here,
I
right?
do. I know.
And there's also escape rooms. One of these days I'm going to get someone to go to a fucking escape room with me.
I'll go with you.
Ugh.
Those are fun.
I do want to go.
I've wanted to go to
I'd
one
go.
so bad, but like every time I'm like, yeah, let's do an escape room.
We couldn't. We had children with us the last time.
Yeah.
And the one we would go to was kid-friendly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
There's
go
one New
with a
Bedford that's
5-year-old
awesome.
crazy person.
Yeah, you don't want to do some of these with crazies, yeah.
This one
Yeah.
was set up to deal with kids.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Regardless. It doesn't
Anyway,
matter.
doesn't matter. NASCAR.
Yeah,
So the
NASCAR
Sharknado is heading straight for it.
And then they do this crazy thing where they're going to do an explosion with the blowback from the
Oh, they released the jet
engines,
tank
the
and,
jet
and shoot it, make it blow up.
Make it blow up so that it doesn't hurt the thousands of people that are down there.
I missed this bit
Because
entirely.
you
I
took
was
the dog
taking the dog outside.
and it works.
I don't think it impacted the plot.
It didn't really do much. It was
No.
just hey, look, there's NASCAR. Hey, look, there's a bunch of people down there. Hey, look, we're going to save everybody.
No, it's
like
look, it worked. Hey.
No, this movie stretched 90 minutes, and it was just, hey, we need something.
Right.
Yeah, they don't even
'Cause-
mention it on the Wikipedia plot synopsis.
No.
Like the whole NASCAR
No.
thing's
Because
not
it was
even there.
literally 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was just to push it to 90 minutes. And
And yeah, so they do that, and then they end up in Orlando.
where you get the Baywatch style, coming out of the, or call it whatever you
James
want.
Bond?
Like, no, it's
Looking-
not quite James Bond, but this is just the eye candy for the trailer.
Right.
Okay, Ian Ziering has no clothes, and Cassie Scarborough comes out in her underwear.
Yeah.
Because of reasons, and you're like, okay.
All right, I can dig it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, movie you had me.
I didn't get
Figures I
I
missed that
didn't get to watch him run up the stairs this time, so I really wasn't that attracted to him in this
Yeah.
one.
So
Wasn't talking about him.
No, the last one I was weirdly attracted to him because he ran up the stairs in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to practice
That's-
so that you can like.
Is there a
think
Rule
that way about
34
me.
for
I
that?
don't understand why it was, but I watched him run up the stairs and I was like, why am I weirdly attracted to you right now?
I have just minorly swooned, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Some kind of showing off his
It
mad
was
skills?
so weird. I don't know. I have no idea why it was, but I was like, wow, you ran up those stairs really quickly and suddenly I'm very attracted to you. I don't understand what this is. Okay.
I was gonna say, I should try doing that, but I'd probably end up like pulling something.
You probably would.
Yeah.
I love you very much. You
It's
have
like I can
wonderful...
run up the stairs too. Ah, my hip.
I love you very much. You have wonderful calf muscles. But I'm not really sure how that would work.
I walk a lot, so yeah.
You do.
Calves of steel. Everything else is mostly like mashed potatoes and a shirt. But anyway,
But yeah, so
they make it to
they make
Orlando,
it to
meet up with
Universal
everybody.
Studios. How have they gotten to Universal Studios without paying? I will never understand.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they landed the jet into the water.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
everything's kind of going crazy at this point because
Yeah.
the Sharknado has arrived at Universal. It's dropping sharks in pools and flinging sharks onto
Okay.
roller coasters and
So there's the
and what?
restaurant that I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's the restaurant that Tara Reid and her mom are in, played by Bo
Bo
Derek, and the shark that
Her
lands
mom,
in
May.
yeah, right,
Hey,
yeah.
you should name the baby June. April, May, June.
No.
Yeah, or then she or him March, just because they're going backwards anyway.
Right.
With the shark landing in the slide and then landing in the water, And then, the lifeguard that gets everybody out, and then just stands there.
Yep.
Because he's
And I'm like, he's toast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
he's
when the
toast.
shark hits the slide, I'm just like, wee, swoosh.
That's surreal. That just got me, but it is cool that you do see Tara as a chainsaw.
Yep,
Yeah.
she's got the chainsaw, but
She didn't get to use it.
But Mom's being super duper, like, ultra overprotective of her, is like not letting her do a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on.
She has a chainsaw hand, she'll be fine.
Yeah, but what if a shark falls on her head?
And her robot hand has been proven to be superhumanly strong, if we've noticed.
Oh,
It's the whole I think it's part of the whole thing that she's 9 months pregnant.
yeah,
It's the whole
so,
part of it.
why risk her
Okay,
health?
I understand that. She has a robot hand, though. she left finger indentations in a fucking space shuttle.
I get it.
Okay, she can take care of herself.
I get it.
Anywho, so yeah, they catch back up with everybody. I think I've said this like 9 times now. And Finn has the idea he needs to call in a favor from his estranged father. He's
we have to find Claudia first. We have yet to find Claudia.
Okay, take over. Help me out here.
Okay. Well, first off, they try to track Claudia. Both April and Finn try to track Claudia separately.
And
they
her cell
track
phone
her
keeps pinging at the
at
roller
this
coaster.
ride.
Chekhov's phone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where, they try to ping her phone, which is at this ride, which Chris Jericho is currently at.
Chris Jericho is the ride operator.
They get up.
His name's Brad.
Fucking Brad. They both get up there. They meet up, and they realize that she's not there. And
they stop the ride at some point.
Yeah, he stops the ride, gets
mid-loop
a bunch of
to get
people off.
And this one shark keeps sliding up
back
the ramp and
down.
back down and slipping out, and we're up and there's back.
Gaining momentum. I don't know if you've ever done this move in a Sonic game, but when you try to get up, the casino level.
Yeah.
Oh god.
When you try to get up one of those really high
yeah.
walls, so you got to build up momentum using a loop-de-loop.
Yep.
Or one of the temple levels, the boss you have to fight is there's water in the bottom, and you have to get your momentum up to come up over the top of the water and hit him because it keeps swirling the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Robotnik in the level 2, the casino level did the same thing.
Yep.
And Sonic 2.
Yep.
I just want to point out on something as I just realized this. Did anybody buy Bo Derek as Tara Reid's mom?
No.
Where you look at this, I just looked at the ages, as of today.
She seemed kind of young to be a grandma.
Yeah. Tara.
But then again, my cousin's a goddamn grandpa.
Right,
That's weird.
and he's not much older than you.
She's kind of young to be a grandma, but then again...
Good lord.
Yeah.
But then again, Brenda's a grandma, and she's not super old either. Yeah. So...
Yeah. But Bo Derek is 64, Tara Reid is 45.
Okay.
I mean...
She would have had her at 19. That's not
That's not
that huge
awful,
jump, though.
but different, but it's just I look at it I don't buy this.
Yeah, but I had a cousin who had a child at 14. So it's not that. My grandmother, from my dad, was 14 when she had my dad.
Oh, yeah, that's
Remember,
right.
we talked about this. I have a very strange family, so...
Yeah.
I have trouble keeping up.
Yeah. I've got a very odd family dynamic, so... Yeah.
So?
But anyway. But my dad, I was also born when my dad was 43,
Yeah.
so...
Good on him.
Mm-hmm.
So they eventually find Claudia. Help me out.
Oh yeah. So well, before that happens, this shark is going up and down the roller coaster. Then it eats Jericho, and then Finn accidentally gets stuck on the roller coaster. The roller coaster grabs him, and then he flies off the roller coaster, and he manages
smashes into the Twister ride.
And then he manages to get off that, and he lives for some strange reason.
He stabs a shark in the head or something.
Yeah.
April gets down, they meet up again, but this time they meet up with Claudia, and grandmother and Claudia's quasi-boyfriend that she met randomly at the park. Named Billy.
Who has, like, really kind of rapey friends that I did not enjoy.
Yeah, but they got eaten.
They got eaten anyway, so
whatever. They were fodder.
And shark baits 3, 4, and 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the 5 of them basically decide that the only way that they're going to survive this... Oh, and Nova. The 6 of them basically decide the only way they're really going to survive this is if they get into the Universal Ball.
I feel like it's kind of a rehash of the Statue of Liberty bowling.
Yeah,
except they get into it this time.
Yes, and it's round, so it makes sense. And
and also
they don't actually squish anybody.
There was a callback earlier too, where they had the George Washington head.
Yes.
Rolling into, and that I don't know, that got me, man. That I don't know.
Funny.
It was funny, but this one, I don't know,
it wasn't as funny because they'd already done it.
Yeah, it's chock full of, remember this? Oh, this guy, that guy, yeah.
One of my favorites was, like, this is way back at the beginning, was with the shark that landed in Abraham Lincoln's lap at the memorial. And the shark's just like, hold me.
Tell me a story.
Father of the country, what do we do?
But yeah, they get into this ball, and then the ball
ends up on the top of the Tower of Terror.
Yep.
Which is not even in the same park.
No.
Nope.
But sure, fine, we'll roll with it. Whatever.
Yeah,
I thought it was just kind of a, miscellaneous drop kind of ride.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been.
It's not that far away from it, though.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Tower of Terror.
Oh.
Actually, yeah.
I thought that had like a house-like structure. I don't know.
I
never went on it. I don't like those things.
They never went to the Voodoo Donuts at the boardwalk, which made me sad.
Yeah. But anyway, that basically ends that particular scene.
Yeah. So they decide they need to get the help of Finn's dad, Gil.
Okay.
Who is a retired NASA astronaut and apparently the most secret
it's David fucking Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Yeah, it's okay.
And the reason they have to go get them is because Nova brings up this point that apparently Frankie Muniz had 2 plans to get rid of what apparently is something called the Shark Wall.
The East Coast is like the entire East Coast is going to get destroyed.
Basically, all the Sharknadoes are basically going to group up and create this huge, massive wall of shark, and is going to take out essentially the entire East Coast. Yeah. So the only way to get rid of it is by doing one of 2 things. Either by causing enough explosions from outer space with heat from like a sort of spacecraft, rocket, something.
They feel like if they go to Cape Canaveral and launch a shuttle into the middle of this rock shark wall thing, it's somehow going to...
It'll generate enough heat in order to dissipate this wall. Or set off a whole bunch of nukes. Either way,
they go with the shuttle plan.
Setting off the nukes, though, is the most Murica plan we could think of.
Okay, is that where the whole let's nuke a hurricane thing came from?
I mean, probably.
It's possible. It's really, really possible.
I didn't want to bring up that kind of time, but I
wouldn't be surprised if you watched this and thought it was a documentary.
Yeah.
But that's basically, they went, okay, how are we going to be able to get a hold of NASA? And that's when everybody kind of, well, at least April looks at Finn and he goes, fine, I'll call my dad.
And we see his dad at Shepherd's Wings and Things. It's a restaurant, and he is talking conspiracy with Penn and Teller.
Well, talking conspiracy with Penn. With Penn.
Yeah. Teller's just kind of there,
as per usual.
As is his thing.
As is his shtick anyway.
Because
I've heard the man talk.
Yeah, apparently Teller is an absolute chatterbox, just not when he's in character.
Oh my God! What if he got into a conversation with Harpo Marx?
So yeah, we talk to Dad, and again, he's a shepherd, so of course he's got to save everybody, and he's like,
and they're basically machoing each other up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we got the fake grizzly voice going on. It's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna need this, that, and it's like, the space shuttle's retired. It's like, oh, what is it?
We're going to go to space.
I was shot down over Da Nang.
David Hasselhoff plays an almost very similar character in the Baywatch movie.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
The Rock is in.
Yeah.
And it's just at this point he says something in this movie, and he said it to The Rock, who is playing David Hasselhoff's old character.
Yes, he is. I saw the Baywatch movie.
Yeah.
I watched the Baywatch movie.
This is the one with basically the leather golem that's pretending to be Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really funny fucking movie. It's really funny.
It's so stupid, but it's so funny.
Yeah, but it's way better than it deserves to be.
I don't know what happened to Zac Efron, but he looks like a catcher's mitt in that.
Yeah.
And now
he looks leathery.
He's meant to, though. I think.
Yeah, but he says something about it, and it's just not to jump ahead too much, but David Hasselhoff's character says, "Don't you think I've been to the moon for a reason, buddy?" There's no reason that I don't want to jump ahead, but I'll get to it when we get to it.
You just reminded me of that. Anyway. Okay, so we find out there's
funny.
We find out there's
It is.
There's a secret space shuttle called Independence, and they have to get to Cape Canaveral to...
It's our Independence Day, man.
Yeah, to launch this shuttle, and somehow launching a shuttle is going to create enough heat to kill off the wall of Sharknadoes, or the Sharkacanes, because Frankie Muniz calls it a Sharkacane at one point.
It made me so happy.
I think the result of them merging would be a Sharkacane.
Yeah.
And then somebody else tries to call it a Shark Haboob, but a Haboob is like a desert storm thing.
Haboob.
Yeah,
anyway,
I know, right? Scorpion Haboob! That was my idea for an alternate weather.
No, thank you.
I was wondering why I heard that word before, and it was because of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I made a storm song that
You said it last
City of called Sharkacane.
Boob actually comes up in 4 too, by the way.
Oh,
dear.
God.
Yeah,
Desert sharks, right?
Oh, that's right.
They're inland, and then suddenly sand sharks show up, and I'm like,
Sure,
no.
why not?
But I don't get my ankle sharks.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
You
no,
have
it's
them for
just
2
really
movies.
thinking, okay, now somebody just watched Beetlejuice and then just copied the sandworms.
Yeah.
Like,
that ankle sharks for 2 whole movies.
I didn't get my ankle
Fine.
sharks this time.
So yeah, they get to Cape Canaveral, and this is apparently the focus point of all of these storms, because again, it's fucking following Finn.
Yeah.
Figure this shit out. They call in the National Guard to defend the shuttle from sharks, which can punch through 6 feet of solid concrete, as we've mentioned. And it's just a bunch of army guys with guns, and they're shooting the sharks, and apparently the sharks are going away, and their bodies aren't going to slap into things somehow, because that's how shit works.
Yeah.
It's like video game rules or something.
And there's no such thing as bullet trajectory or wind issues or anything like that. No, it's just daka, and everything's dying.
And there's way too many sharks compared to bullets.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out, I think my favorite scene in this entire section right here, at least for the outside of the shooting of the sharks, is Claudia going outside with a gun and shooting at the sharks.
And Billy's like, what are you doing?
And she's like, fucking shoot something. And he's like, okay. And he starts shooting, and he's like, why are you so good at this? And she's like, because I'm a shepherd.
And we had Mass Effect shivers at this point.
I just started dying.
I'm sad that none of them have reached the rank of commander.
Seriously.
Right? Seriously, I was like, come on, guys, somebody. Maybe the son will.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's in the military. That would be awesome.
Ooh.
And just...
It's like Colonel Shepard is what we get.
Surprised. I was kind of surprised you didn't mention this. It's just from... It's Nova's line. 75 caliber mascara.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So, of course, all of the professionally trained army guys get eaten by fucking sharks because why the fuck not?
Because the sharks know they're
the only
in
ones
danger.
who live are Claudia, Nova, and Billy, although not for long with that third one. And Nova is out there with the army guys, and she's trying to save one of them, and he's like, "Oh, it's too late for me. Get back in there." And she's like, "No, I can do this." And she opens her like vest, and she's got fucking mascara tubes in her coat, and he's like, "This isn't the time for makeup." And she takes one out and puts it in her shotgun and shoots a fucking shark with a mascara tube. And it explodes in a burst of black smoke of mascara, and she says it's a 75 caliber mascara.
I thought it was just something disguised to look like mascara.
No, it's
mascara.
There was a black cloud of smoke. It's like,
Why was
okay.
it so big?
Oh, God. Because 75 caliber is bigger than 50 cal. And a 50 caliber is what they use to blow up fucking tanks.
Oh, okay.
Anti-material rifles are 50 caliber, typically.
It was the stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard in my entire life. At that point, I literally checked out. I went, Yep. Thank you.
Yep. I think we both got on our phones at this point.
I literally went on my phone and went, yep, okay.
I think I sent it in the group chat. I had the, I'm out. I'm out.
I literally went, okay, the movie was okay at that point. Up to that point, I was like, okay, it's stupid. 75 caliber mascara.
I guess. And
now,
it gets dumber.
Now, I had forgotten about that part. I had completely forgotten about that part because I know how this movie ends. I have seen this fucking movie. So at that point, I was just like...
So, eventually, Nova kind of lets fly that Finn's gonna go up in the space shuttle because Finn and
He has like a fucking death wish.
Finn and Gil were arguing about which one of them is gonna die, and eventually they decide they're both gonna die. Fuck it. And then April's like, no fucking bullshit, and she ends up on the shuttle and gets into a spacesuit really fucking fast.
And she's pregnant.
During the longest 10 seconds in the history of time.
These fucking spacesuits, man.
They're football pads that have been painted with NASA colors.
And pool tubes.
Yep.
Okay,
I did not notice.
And it's not even the same kind of armor you see in The Martian.
I also want to bring up...
What about the weight? Aren't space shuttles like...
Very specific about the weight?
Yes, like a couple of pounds would fuck everything up.
Yes.
So we add an entire Tara Reid.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I also want to bring up...
So they launched this stupid thing. So you like a Tara Reid as a unit of measure.
What?
I think I broke her. You alright, honey?
Do you need a moment?
Okay.
I haven't broken her like that in a while. That was great. Okay. So yeah, Tara Reid hitches a ride on this space shuttle because why not?
I'm kind of having trouble paying attention by this point in the movie,
Yeah.
so I'm not the only one.
No,
I feel like...
because there's shifting acts.
Oh, there's so much going on.
Okay.
We're not just jumping the shark at this point. We are doing backflips in a fucking Humvee over the shark at this point.
You're riding the space shuttle over the shark.
Yeah.
So they're on the shuttle, they launch, and like there's all the fires blowing out the bottom of the thing, and they let go of the two side tanks and they blow them up because apparently they've got bombs in them. That's not what I understood about the shuttle.
This is not how this works. This is not how any of this
So
works.
they let go of those two side tanks and they explode, and it slows the shark wall down a little bit, and then they're continuing to fly up, and we have a scene.
That's not how that works.
We have a quick scene of the space shuttle firing its rockets and carrying the fuel tank
No.
underneath it. That is not how that works.
That's not how any of this works.
The rockets on the shuttle are for getting back to fucking Earth.
Yeah. Right.
Literally, the shuttle is just piggybacking into space. Literally, all we're doing is going to yeet and throwing this fucker into orbit. That's what, like, the space shuttle is not supposed to shoot to fire off its thrusters until it's in fucking space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, that really bugged me. But anyway, they drop the other fuel tank and it explodes and it's not enough. Oh no, the mega Kano, whatever, is still coming in and it didn't work. And it's like, oh, we've got to use Plan B. The Reagan era fucking Star Wars defense satellites.
Yeah.
What?
So
Fucking what?
they don't explain what it is. I've heard the name before.
It's
the
a
Star
ray.
Wars-
It's supposed to be some sort of...
Yeah, it was supposed to be a missile defense system where it would use, like, infrared lasers or, like, microwaves. I don't know the exact details of it, but the idea of it was fucking space lasers. These are Republican space lasers, not the Jewish ones. That's why they didn't work.
Right.
And
Wait, the space lasers worked in this movie?
I'm talking in real life.
Oh.
No.
Like, they actually tried to do this in real life, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
I was confused because
It's not Mazel Tov.
it looked
No.
like the laser was coming out of the shuttle.
No, it was a satellite.
It was a satellite that
near the
did
shuttle.
it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
convenient. It was
Which
so nearby.
apparently, like, it didn't work back in, like, Reagan era when he was trying to do it. And he's like, well, of course it didn't work then, but we've been doing a lot of modifications to it. And they're going to fire
That's why
the
I
laser.
never got into space.
They're going to fire the
I was
laser
working on
at the
it.
giant storm that's covering the entire East Coast, and it doesn't work. So, of course, Hasselhoff has to put on the goofiest repainted proton pack I've ever seen of a jetpack.
Thank you.
And launch himself at the satellite and, like, basically hotwire the thing.
And you know he's doing one of them damn heroic sacrifices.
Of course he is. He's a shepherd. That's what they do. So he goes over there and
And it's
hotwires the
Hasselhoff.
thing, and it shoots.
It's Hasselhoff.
The space lasers shoot a mega hurricane thing and kill it. And then the sharks go...
Suddenly they're in
up.
space.
The sharks, instead of falling out of the sky, they fall into the sky.
Yeah.
Because fuck gravity, I guess. And just the sharks come launching, hurtling into space, and don't immediately freeze and die. And because I guess they're super adaptive sharks, and they start attacking the space shuttle. Nom 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 nom. And Finn goes out into the space shuttle, and he gets this thing that Nova gave him. Said she made, like,
My own modifications.
her own modifications, and it's a fucking laser chainsaw.
Because the chainsaw is a
why
spirit animal.
Because why the fuck not?
And believe it or not, this is what dropped me out of the movie.
The laser
At this point,
chainsaw.
it's Tara Reid. When you see there, I'm sitting there waiting for. I'm like, okay, here we go, wait for. I'm like, oh wow, what are they gonna do now? And I think Kaz, your words were, what are they gonna do now? I'm like, wait for it, and then you see the sharks come out, and they're like,
Yep.
how the fuck are your words? How the fuck were they in space? And Tara Reid,
Thank you.
how are they surviving in space?
Thank you.
That's the problem.
That was the next thing. I'm like, how?
Why?
This has been me throughout the entirety of this movie.
Yeah.
Guys,
I guess.
Cartoon guy just arms crossed, glaring, and then throwing his hands up like, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, come on. When in the last movie they did a surfing the shark down through the sky, it's kind of like, okay, how are they gonna up the ante in this?
So a giant fucking shark comes
God.
up, eats Tara Reid. Ian Ziering Finn just goes, no, and launches himself at this shark, and he gets eaten
Swallowed.
too.
Yep.
And then the
It's pretty
shark,
roomy inside.
I want to
very roomy.
bring up something here, though.
Is Dad gonna die floating in space?
Yes.
That's going to be a terrifying death, but sure.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up something, though. Nova mentioned something earlier in the movie. She mentioned how she was trying to figure out in the first movie how when she was eaten, she never actually made it through the digestive system.
Right.
Which is like how she survived inside the shark for so they're like adapting, having like pockets of livable space or something.
Yeah.
It's roomy.
Yeah, basically that's how she was.
Gooey.
That's how she was like trying to figure out. She was trying to figure out how that happened, and Finn was just like, I don't want to talk about it. Like he didn't even want to think about it. So when Tara got swallowed, and then Finn got swallowed.
Yeah.
And then they re-enter the atmosphere.
I'm like, oh my god, no, you didn't.
No,
you're not. You're not doing it. Oh
shark.
my god.
Yeah.
How did they get through the atmosphere without burning up?
Yeah.
Big fuck off rocks burn up in the atmosphere. The shark made it through mostly still intact, just slightly singed.
Yeah.
That thing was pretty. It looked like a chunk of lava.
When it came back down, it looked terrible.
It should have been atoms.
I know.
It should have been dispersed into the atmosphere.
And they couldn't just take the shuttle back because the sharks destroyed it. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, oh my god, how are they going to get back? Oh my.
They're certainly gonna ride a goddamn shark.
Yeah, we're not gonna surf it down this time.
And then I'm thinking, but how is that going to protect them from the impact? Well, he punches a fucking hole through the side of the shark.
And puts his
parachute
out.
Good thing he had a parachute?
Again, I guess.
Why did he have a parachute?
Okay, we're almost done. They land on this, like, kind of idyllic little chunk of sand or something in Universal, maybe? I don't know where the fuck they are, but everyone finds them. Nova finds them. Claudia finds them.
It's Reed and Shark.
Well, because they're all right there anyway.
Yeah, and he manages to, like, crawl out of the shark, all covered in gore again, and then we hear a... And Tara Reid cuts herself out of the shark and shoves her baby out of the shark.
Symbolism!
Somehow...
I warned you about this!
Somehow... She gave birth in a spacesuit.
Oh! I didn't think of
which
that.
she took off
inside
the shark and put all of her, like, undergarments back on.
Thank you.
In the shark.
Yeah.
Also managed to get the placenta out and cut the cord.
Yeah.
And just hands the shark baby out of the shark, and she gets pulled out of the shark, and it's like, oh, it's our baby. We're gonna name him after my father. He's gonna be Gil. And then sharks start to fall, and they're like trying to fight the sharks, and they're like, wait, we need to give our plane wings to the baby, because that's what David Hasselhoff wanted to give the plane wings, and someone went, oh look, they're over there.
And I'm like, oh god.
Of course you spot them. So Tara Reid jogs over.
And I'm like, you're getting squished,
Immediately after giving birth, jogs over and picks up the wings Finn, I've got it. And then a chunk of the shuttle.
I'm going to bring it up. Women can actually walk around after giving birth.
Wait,
it is a possibility.
She was in fucking space.
Okay, I realize this. I'm not talking about the space part.
Come on.
I'm not talking about the space part or being in the shark. All that stuff is thrown to the side. Women can still walk around after giving birth.
They can walk. Not much more than that.
No.
They can walk.
Can being scared, like, make you poop out a baby?
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I suppose trauma and stress. I suppose.
My God,
that will bring on labor. Yes.
Yeah.
And she's already been
fast fucking labor.
She's been through labor twice, and it doesn't necessarily say that she hasn't been in labor this whole time.
Well, it's not like throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
It's like spitting out watermelon seeds.
No, and to be honest, we don't know if she's actually been in labor this whole time.
Yeah.
We don't know. She could have been. We don't know. I mean, I don't know.
She gets the wings and she's like, look, Finn, I found them. And then a chunk of the space shuttle comes down, fucking crushes her, and the movie's over.
We think.
Yeah.
And it says Finn?
Question mark.
Oh my
Because
God.
just like most of the old movies we've been watching from like the 20s and the 30s, it just fucking ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
And David Hasselhoff is on the fucking moon.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that a 10-day journey?
How he got there from there, we don't know.
He's fucking happy about it. And apparently he's got air, and I don't know what's going on inside the lander, but I guess he's got
thought about this. The only way I could see that it's
3 days to get for a spacecraft to get to the moon.
The only way I could see this happening is he reconfigured the satellite. The laser was so hot that it pushed him with enough force and pushed him backward onto the moon. I thought about this when I was working this morning. Yeah, perfect.
I guess.
That's the only way I could say in this world scenario.
But the moon is still far enough away that it takes a few days to get there.
Yeah.
He made it to Florida.
You had a Starwood laser. You had a Star. Wow. You had a Star Wars laser that blew up Florida Hurricane.
Okay.
And all this shit happened. Honestly, the only fucking thing and the only way I could put this fucking ad in the damn episode is for them to stay at fucking home.
There we go. All right. Good Lord.
Here's the best part about staying at home is playing at home.
Okay, we're getting too loud here.
Take advantage of your downtime and choose almost anyone item at 50% off. Oh, fuck it, I can't do it.
We need a new copy.
This movie broke me.
When you use our code MTTM, you get for 10 free board and busting gifts, including 6 movies, 3-piece bonus kit, and best of all, free shipping delivered discreetly to your door.
Discreet.
Use our offer code MTTM. That's MTTM at checkout.
4-letter word.
A&E has thousands of products to make you glad you're staying at home, and it's so enjoyable when you're at home and you're shopping for sex toys. Hell, it's so damn wonderful.
What?
Go to use AdamandEve.com because I fucked up the copy.
You sound like you're racing to get through before you laugh.
That's what she said.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Everyone is broken.
AdamandEve.com, MTTM. I know, Chino.
Yeah, I know, bud. I know, buddy. It's all right.
And I'm spent.
All right. So, I think we should do a quick word from 4041 Media, because I'm having a wet nose from the darkness panic moment from remember from back in the Halloween review. I need to go take a lap. So let's do a quick word from our sponsor, and we'll come back. We'll do some fantasy casting. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for listening.
Movie Theater Time Machine is a part of the 4041 Media Group with podcasts like Sake Your Crime and Free Your Geek, which you can check out at 4041media.com. That's all squished together one word, and the numbers are written as numbers.
Now it's time to tell us what you think. If you got an opinion or wanted to know what's coming up next,
find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for Movie Theater Time Machine.
Now our podcast will always be free. To subscribe and share.
But if you'd like to help us build a bigger, better podcast, not to mention our confidence, you can find merchandise designed by me, Kaz, at Zazzle. Or check out the Kaz Foxen's Animal Shop at Zazzle for cute animal gifts and pet supplies.
Thanks so much, and back to the show.
And we're back. So
everyone's calmed down.
Everyone's calmed down.
I was looking up space boners.
Yeah. I took a couple of laps around the apartment because, good God, run away from a Sharknado, man.
Yeah.
No, Sharknado. Alright. So, I think we've done fantasy casting for basically this cast twice already.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure we can do much else adding on to this, right?
The only thing I could think of was because they end up at an army base. Like, what if you did a crossover with MASH?
Yeah.
But I don't know what I would do with that. Like, how many of the cast would get eaten?
Well,
as an ensemble cast?
Yeah.
you don't want to see
the only
anybody
thing I could think
get
of
eaten.
is you could lose the ones who would have gone anyway. Like you'd lose Wayne.
Ferret face.
You'd lose Larry Linville and Wayne Rogers because they already left. And
Blake. Oh God, Blake!
Yeah.
He tried to fly away on the jet, but he crashed into the sea in Japan.
Funny.
But he did not come out in his underwear.
No.
Yeah.
I can't help but notice you were very specifically not making eye contact with me, so you don't break again. All right, so I think the only change I would have liked to see just to make this even more crazy, and I'm not sure if it would have worked because I think he might have died by this point. Arlie Ermy in the place of the general, in the place of Tim Russ.
he was still alive. He died in the Great Celebrity Purge of 2016. So he was alive. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say him in Tim Russ's place. Now, Tim Russ did a great job. Don't get me wrong, but Arlie Ermy is Arlie Ermy.
Yeah.
I would have loved the "You are an absolute disgrace."
Yeah.
The drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket.
Never saw it.
Okay,
yeah. But you've seen him parody almost everything. Yeah.
I'll have to show you clips on YouTube when we're off air, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
the rant in Full Metal Jacket. The best part of you dribble down the crack.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking.
When you hear his voice, you'll know him.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I'm sorry. The thing is, I wasn't even thinking in his voice. I was thinking of Sosuke.
I mean, yeah, it's essentially the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Full Metal Panic, very fun anime, and there's an entire second season that's just it's a mecha anime, except for the second season.
And there's this entire episode, and it's just
Is a Full Metal Panic what happens when a Full Metal Alchemist puts on a Full Metal jacket?
Something like that, yeah.
What's a Full Metal?
No.
The Full Metal Alchemist was Al.
Yeah, I know that.
Because he was literally a suit of armor.
I know that. Yeah. I know.
Anyway,
I thought that was Ed.
Was it Ed? No,
I don't know. It's been a while.
Ed's the short one.
Ed's the short one with the metal arm.
Voiced by Vic Mignogna, who is not a great guy.
Gross.
Straight up 20.
Yep.
So Arlie Ermy's in it. Yeah.
You don't know for the match one?
I don't know what to do with it though.
I mean, it would just be like that Air Force camp was actually a MASH unit, and they took a Huey instead of a jet.
Nope.
All right.
It makes me
Damn, they could have taken a bus and
like
they would have hidden something about a chicken.
Let's say the whole camp gets squashed by another whale shark.
Oh no!
Oh, leave the whale sharks alone.
I saw one in this one.
I'm a whale shark.
Oh man, I don't even have teeth.
Poor dumb whale shark.
What the fuck, guys?
All right, I got two here. Taking Mark Cuban.
Oh dear.
Reality, take him out. Put in another reality show TV star at the time to be president, and the whole thing would have been really fucked up. Reality dating show star Flavor Flav.
President Flavor Flav?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the Medal of Freedom because you got the motherfucking sharks out here.
And the Medal of Freedom's the size of a dish plate.
Yes.
So wait, so does that make the vice president, what's her face?
Ann Coulter?
No.
That was vice president in this one.
The fuck? She was...
New York. New York. Have you ever seen Flavor of Love?
No, I was talking about the one that he was on VH1. The one who was in Rocky
Bridget Nielsen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bridget Nielsen. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
There. Hey, Rose, I cracked the hell up. This is the 21.
Now, see, personally, I would have loved
I'm gonna give you a gold motherfucking chainsaw.
I would have personally loved like a short spin-off of this movie, maybe about 40 minutes of Ann Coulter being eaten by a shark and slowly and painfully digested for 45 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't like Ann Coulter. Yeah. Don't listen to her. She is a monster.
Yeah.
What if instead of a shuttle they took the Red Rocket into space? What if this was a Red Rocket movie? Wooden Rocket, sorry.
Thank you, because you said Red Rocket and my head went automatically into lipstick. What?
I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76 this week, so I hear Red Rocket and I'm like gas stations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant Wood Rocket, the one that does all the weird porn parodies of shitty quality.
Oh, the Ninja Turtles porn starring the porn star April O'Neil. It was absolutely perfect.
As April O'Neil?
As April O'Neil.
Yeah.
The Turtles were not involved.
I thought...
Is that the same one who did the Scooby-Doo one? Because that Scooby-Doo porn was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, it might have been. They did the Strokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Where they painted that poor girl yellow.
Oh, I have seen that one.
You've seen that one.
I seen a Brad Jones review of it, and I was like horrified by the makeup because it's like, why is there weird dirt smears in your yellow makeup?
The Scooby-Doo porn was actually really fucking funny.
Like I didn't already have complicated feelings for Velma.
It was really, really funny.
Yeah.
So it was actually,
Zoinks.
it was so funny. Oh my god, it was so funny. Especially the scene when they were actually
Jinkies.
But they were running when they actually were running
Zoinks is
through
Shaggy.
the through like the
Shaggy.
rooms, and they were all like eating shit. That shit was funny. I watch porn to laugh at it. I really watch porn the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I watch it the wrong way because I giggle at everything.
Well, remember before we were even dating, remember, we used to have hentai nights.
I did. I used to have hentai nights
where we
just
would
so
watch
I could laugh at hentai.
The dumbest, just cartoon porn.
Angry Cock.
The sex toy delivery service is the name of that one.
Yep.
It is as stupid as you think, listeners.
So
it is as stupid as you think.
I had a large screen TV, so that penis was massive. It was so funny because
they would 3 feet long.
They would zoom in on it, so the fucking thing was huge.
Gina, what are you chewing on?
It was so funny. Okay, but anyway.
Where did you find the Nerf gun?
Yeah, I rolled, it failed.
I have.
Damn it! I would love to discuss a Wood Rocket Sharknado.
Damn it, he's still alive.
It's another thing.
I'm gonna put in, and this is gonna sound weird at first, but let me get the whole thing out.
After today, not much is going to come off as weird.
That's
That's no such thing.
No, that makes sense. Taking Bill Engvall out and putting Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
Solely on the fact, I see the cringe in the faces already.
I didn't have no cringe.
No.
I have no cringe.
He is politically really
He's bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I hate his real name. I hate that he shares a real name with me.
Really?
Yeah.
He was funny in Medea.
Oh, he's hilarious, but
Gina, what do you
but also the fact is like Larry the Cable Guy, Bill Engvall is actually really funny.
He is.
He's really, really funny. I've seen him live. I saw all of them live.
Really?
And as far as I know, out of the blue collar comedy guys, Bill Engvall's politically not.
He's very neutral.
Problematic.
No, him and Jeff Fox they specifically do not talk about politics at all.
Yeah, I don't know what their actual beliefs are, but when they're on stage, they stay straight in the middle and don't go into it.
They do not talk about it whatsoever, ever, in public at all.
Fine by me.
At all, but it's just I would rather see Larry the Cable Guy get eaten more than Bill Engvall.
Yeah.
But Bill Engvall was having fun with it. Mm-hmm. But let's just go and just kill off Tomater and just kill off this stupid get her done thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And crap that. 30.
Now, can he get eaten by a shark that's being ridden by Ron White?
Ron White wasn't that good either. Ron White was
salad.
Yeah. Ron White was one of the comedians in the blue collar comedy bit, but when they did the TV show, they purposely put him on the side and didn't use him. Because all he did was really get drunk and just kind of forget half his stuff. My dad and I saw him live, and he was so drunk he forgot half his set.
Ooh, I mean, that's kind of his shtick.
Yeah, no, he legitimately forgot half his set. Like, he had a rotating, it was a rotating stage, and part of it rotated, and part of it he stayed neutral. And he's like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for he put his drink on a stool, and the stool was rotating around. He's like, I'm just gonna wait for my drink to come back at this point because I forgot everything, and people were like clapping half-heartedly. And he's just they're waiting for the stage to rotate the drink back, and he drank. He's like, all right, and then he went on with something else. He was awful. He was fucking awful. Bilingual, funny as freaking hell. Jeff Foxworthy, amazing. Because Jeff Foxworthy did a whole bit about kidney stones, and having a couple kidney stones myself.
Been there.
He was legit.
I know. Ooh,
yeah. Yeah, he was legit. But, yeah.
Right,
okay, Larry the Cable Guy's dead. Yeah.
Yay.
My liberal ass is happy.
Alright, so yeah. I think that about does it for Sharknado.
Oh, hell no, it's all done.
Sharknado 3, oh hell no.
Wait, I had an idea.
Run away from the Sharknado.
What if it was a different form of weather with a different kind of animal?
Well, okay.
Scorpion haboob!
Scorpion haboobs. There's the there's a movie sort of like the Lavalantula where there's like tarantulas that
Finn's
come
in
out.
that one though.
Wow.
Yeah,
But Finn's in that one. He is.
Lavalantulas come out of a volcano.
And they call Finn because he's got like.
It was about the burgeoning field of biometeorology or whatever they call it.
Now, with the success of the Sharknado films, I use the term film loosely. There were a lot of knockoffs of a movie that was already kind of knockoff. There's so many out there. Ice spiders. There's the Lavalantula shit.
Ice Spiders was first though.
Yeah, but let's face it, it really wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying it was first.
Could you have an earthquake where snakes come out?
Shh. They already had snakes on a plane.
Yeah, we got to do a month.
But
where
not
we
snake
do,
in my boot.
We got to have a month where we do the origin of the species, the really bad ones from the 30s.
I'm down with that. Yeah.
Buff McLarge is wearing a lab coat, and that makes him a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention
Behold corn.
A person.
Yes. Uh-oh. There she goes.
We forgot to mention a cameo that was in this one.
Which one?
Lou Ferrigno.
Yes, Lou Ferrigno was in it at the very beginning.
He said something about don't make me
And
angry.
he tells somebody you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I forgot about that. Yeah. That's all. I just remembered.
This movie broke me, guys.
Yeah.
This one was hard, and I had already seen it, so I was like, yeah, okay, now we're getting into territory that I haven't seen, though.
Yeah.
So
how does it compare to the second?
The second one I thought was pure gold compared to this one.
This one, I think they were okay. The second one, they leaned kind of heavy into the shtick bit of it. This one, they fell the fuck over and landed on the shtick, and they just kind of like, fuck it, we're going full Saints Row here.
Yeah.
And it's just embrace the stupid.
The thing with Saints Row is, though, it's fun to play, not fun to watch.
Yeah.
When you have a hand in it, that's when it becomes fun.
True.
It's not really fun to sit back and go, what the fuck is happening? You want to actually have your hand in it going, I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to hit you with a dick. That's what's fun.
Sharknado should be some kind of...
You need to be interactive.
A game and make it like a weird anime where there's fucking demon sharks and zombie sharks and space sharks.
See, I'm into that.
Yeah.
I would agree. It would be,
some
it
cell
would be a really
shading.
interesting video game.
Okay,
Yes.
there is an anime that's about an invasion of fish people into Japan. It's not quite the same thing, but it's almost as apocalyptic. I cannot remember what it's called.
I need some wackadoodle shit, though. It needs to be funny, though.
This one's terrifying.
No, this needs to be funny. It has to be funny. If it's not funny, it's not going to work. You need to have Dorohedoro, where there's funny shit mixed with the cray-cray.
Dorohedoro, the anime where a man with a dinosaur for a face hunts wizards in Fallout.
Yes.
Okay.
Good
Wow.
shit. Good shit. Funny. Watch it. Yes.
Wow.
Netflix.
All right.
Gyoza.
Yeah,
I
that's
love you,
it.
shit.
Yeah.
I love you so much, shit.
It's time for me to wrap this. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're best with the outro.
Well, so it starts with July being my month. So we are going to go backward into our roots for movie theater time machine, and we are going to be exploring the life and career, as we've done 8 of his films. We're going to explore the life and career of Jimmy Stewart. And this one, and some things such as Glenn Miller, a couple of other movies. But next week we are going to revisit absolutely one of my favorite movies of all time, Harvey.
Ooh, nice.
And wait till you figure out how I put the Adam and Eve promo in that.
Oh, jeez. And don't worry. Once the time machine cools off a little bit, we'll come back to Sharknado in the future.
Oh, yeah.
We're not done yet.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to let it cool down for a while.
I think we kind of need a break.
Isn't that what we're doing by covering a movie this recent, though? Yeah. Technically? Cooling off the time machine?
Kind of, and then it overheated again, so now we need to go back to the old stuff.
Well, this is kind of like... This is like starting a car and then, I didn't like the way it sounded, and starting the car again.
Yes.
It's like, that's better now.
Yeah.
It's like, a cleanser.
It's still a little off, but we go into...
It's the movie theater time machine IT department. Just hit it a couple times and then unplug it, plug it back in. We'll be okay.
Well, we go into this one. We're going to one of my favorites, as we said, Jimmy Stewart's Harvey.
Nice.
One of those movies that is, you see one character that is never seen, and I am going to dare you, listeners, to watch this movie and swear that you see... there's going to be some time you're going to see the character that we don't see at the end. Just as it did when Jimmy Stewart did Harvey as a play, and people started seeing the rabbit.
He was in the play version?
He did the play version in London.
Huh.
Yeah, and then later on in life.
I gotta admit, until we watched the movie, my only real exposure to Harvey is the reference to him in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be enlightening.
This is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. It is one of the best. It is a day in the lifestyle film, and it is just one of those that's just batshit. But it's 1930, 1940 style batshit, and just funny. It's just really funny, and I dare you, listeners, for those of you who are still listening, watch the movie and tell us on social media that you don't see the rabbit. Because I did.
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
We work into it. We will also have... On Movie Theater Time Machine, we have actually a very popular Iceland actor who's going to be joining us later on, and we are still working on it, but we will have people from the Jimmy Stewart Foundation.
Cool.
And Jimmy Stewart Museum who are going to be coming in, and this one's going to be good. And again, I'll leave this again. Oh... Guess where I'm gonna put the Adam and Eve promo? Dwell on that for a week. So, listeners, we tell you as we go into July, we look into probably one of the most badass Americans of all time, General James Stewart. So be good, take care of yourself, but don't be too good.